I'm asked often about what are the fundamental skills of consultants, whether they're senior consultants within New Leaf International or they're internal consultants within our client organisations that we develop for sustainability of continuous improvement and transformational change. And although skills associated with tools, methodologies, and all those things are important, personal skills around facilitation are so key to a successful implementation. All too often, we see consultants in other situations that have a style of telling people what to do in a very structured training way and don't engage with the people effectively. And here is a list of facilitation skills that we insist that we use ourselves when working with consultants. So let's just have a look at them now. We all know about the importance of listening, but how well do consultants really listening? Are they waiting to show how clever they are to the consultants? Are they waiting to show their latest new idea? Are they poised like coiled springs to train a tool? None of these things are going to work unless you really listen to the group that you're working with and embrace the interaction between what they're saying and what you're trying to achieve. And that links on to the second point, observation. It's so important as a consultant to look around and see what's happening. Most people talk with their bodies. I think we all know this. It's only a small percentage of the actual words, but the way people behave is at least 50% of the message. So we need to see what's going on. We need to understand, although we're trying to make things happen, what is really happening. So we need to be looking, seeing, and ensuring that things are actually working. And don't expect people to do things just because they've been told that's the best thing for them. And that links on to the next point, of course, empathy, empathizing with people. Now, we all know that it's not sympathy. So empathy is putting ourselves into the shoes of others, where it's so important to understand how people are reacting to change that we're introducing, or any consultant is introducing, and also to respect that not everybody wants to go on this journey. Not everybody is understanding what's happening. So we need to really sort of look at the situation, look at people, and really try and say, well, how best can I communicate with these people? Let me try and understand what they're actually going through themselves. Another facilitation skill is intervention, intervening in situations where a consultant is encouraging a group or individual to do things, and if they aren't doing it in the most effective way, then the consultant needs to take time out, step in, show them the way. Some people feel a little bit uncomfortable doing this, but we need people to learn. People learn emotionally. So being stopped, being told there's alternative ways, questioning their ability to do things most effectively. So we can't let a process go on because the client or the group within the client set is determined to do it one way or another. And of course that naturally leads on to giving feedback, and that means in a consultancy sense we're holding a mirror up to people and showing them the effect that they're having on the business. And of course a lot of that could be very positive things and occasionally less than positive, and it could be blocking part of a transformational change program from succeeding. So we need to develop these skills. I know that some of you will say, well, this is obvious, but time and time again, we've seen internal consultants and other consultants from other parts of different industries determined to take on the stance of the expert and continually demand to a point that people do things differently. And unfortunately, people aren't wired to this. Now, the final one there opens up other areas of facilitation skills. And one thing that springs to mind, of course, is asking open questions. So open questions aid the ability to have more things to listen, asking open questions to observe the response, asking questions so we understand how people feel a little bit more, so we can empathise with them, asking open questions to create the conversation when we intervene and wonder why things are going in a certain direction. Of course, again, asking open questions is a way of giving feedback. So when we're giving feedback, we start the process by saying, well, how do you think that went? What do you think you did well? What do you think you could do differently in the future? So here's a very simple list of facilitation skills, but these aren't associated just with training situations. These are real skills that need to be embedded in internal and external consultants who are aiming to help groups of people and organisations through a transformational process.